Do you hear that? It sounded like a dog.
That's funny. Usually I'm the one who blames it on the dog. Everything we did up at the cabin, Uncle Moon's house, was just awesome. It really took on a creepy life of its own, a cabin where we've otherwise had great, fun, positive experiences.
We went to the cabin for a bachelor party.
Bachelor parties, weekend getaways.
So when we had the idea for the movie, I said, Dan, can we get this cabin?
I mean, it was a gorgeous cabin, and, the surrounding area was really pretty.
It became almost scary to be there.
There was a little bit of mystery to the cabin, too. There, at night, I would hear voices.
I was up all night transferring footage back and forth and making sure it was backed up while everybody else slept. And I had thought, while I was up by myself then, that I was hearing voices throughout the cabin, because we lived in the cabin while we were making the film.
You're trying to fall asleep, and you're already kind of freaked out because you're making a horror movie, and I heard, men's voices, somebody having a conversation.
I was constantly getting up and, trying to find where this whispering was coming from. I could never find it. Wherever you were, it was away from you.
It became a living entity and a scary, haunted house.
I was like, did you hear that? Did you see anything? Did anybody touch you?
It wasn't me, because I wasn't talking to anybody. I was by myself when I was out there at night.
It was kind of scary.
Everything we did up at the cabin, Uncle Moon's house, was just awesome. One of the best. What did we film, 14, 15 hours a day?
We would go all day long and into the night, and we've had so much coffee.
It was worth it. It was worth the long days of, do it again, do it a 20th time, do it a 30th time. Andy really worked us hard.
And it's just okay, I'm tired, I want to take a break, I want to take a nap, but it's no, we gotta keep going, let's get, Andy was all about the lighting.
I really wanted the lighting to sort of be that old, hard light style that you see in movies like the early Halloweens or any of John Carpenter and Dean Cundy's early movies.
We want to be really convincing with the visuals that, we were like, oh no, you gotta redo it, I see a little something or whatever in the corner here.
And you still managed to capture those images that we had to work with. Obviously there wasn't a black shuck right there in the cabin.
We really wanted to do it in a more old school fashion. I'm a much bigger fan of the effects in movies like Ghostbusters and Poltergeist and Gremlins.
The most surprising?
What's the most surprising thing to you when you first saw the final picture?
I first saw the final picture. How all these crazy elements came together and made sense.
Then your final product, not using any computer graphics, was pretty close to, what we were seeing in front of us that wasn't really there. For somebody watching the movie, what should they expect it?
My thesis, if you needed a thesis on the movie, it's sort of like, what if 80s Steven Spielberg hired John Carpenter to make Poltergeist?
Perfect. That's what I was looking for. The title of the movie, Distiller, the tagline, "Don't drink alone." Is that the official tagline?